also want to play this clip. Now, if you have kids at home that are watching, get them out of the room because this is very offensive. You have the comedian Michelle Wolf, who spoke at the White House Correspondents' Dinner a few months back, and she is giving her own version of this patriotic salute amid the media's Supreme Court hysteria by saying, I don't even want to say it. I'm going to let her say it. Listen to this, and then we'll get your reaction.
Women, if you need an abortion, get one! If you want an abortion, get one! Women, don't forget, you have the power to give life, and men will try to control that. Don't let them! God bless abortions, and God bless America!
All right, Ben, your reaction?
Oh, she's obviously a delight. I mean, the continual elevation of comedians who have no interest in making you laugh. They only are interested in making you clap, right? They're going to get clapped. This is what's very important, is that people clap for them. It demonstrates the full-scale leftism of so many on the comedic left. Beyond that, the movement on the left, from safe, legal, and rare to God bless abortion, go get one. I mean, that is so morally bereft. It is so morally empty and insane that it makes you think that a lot of these folks have decided that abortion is not something that ought to be avoided if possible, even if you believe in it, but that abortion is actually a sacrament, that it's a sign of bravery, that it's a sign of something good. You're a better person, not only if you support abortion, but if you've had one because you stood up to the patriarchy. Well, if you see the snuffing out of an incipient human life as something that is affirmatively good, I would say that you are bordering on or in the midst of a deep bout of evil.
Let me tell you about Jonas. Jonas is a pedophile. He's only attracted to female children between the ages of 6 and 12 years. Anyone could be born a pedophile. No one chooses to be a pedophile. No one can cease being one. Pedophilia is an unchangeable sexual orientation, just like, for example, heterosexuality. So let's think about Jonas again. How can we help him to live out his sexual urges? We can make a difference for Jonas. We, as a society, can be there for him. It is our responsibility to reflect and to overcome our negative feelings about pedophiles and to treat them with the same respect we treat other people with. We should accept that pedophiles are people who have not chosen their sexuality. We should accept that pedophilia is a sexual preference.
And we're following the latest developments on the $12 billion weapons deal between the U.S. and Qatar. The Qatari ambassador to the U.S. tweeted this photo of the deal signing with U.S. Defense Secretary James Mattis yesterday.
The agreement allows Qatar to buy F-15 fighter jets from the U.S., and this comes just days after President Trump accused the Mideast ally of funding terrorism at, quote, a very high level. CBS News Foreign Affairs and White House correspondent Margaret Brennan is following the latest from the North Lawn. Margaret, okay, so the president tweets out his criticism of Qatar and praises other Mideast nations for cutting off diplomatic ties. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson encourages those very same nations to find some sort of a resolution. And now we are striking a $12 billion deal to sell them.
It is July 16th, 2018. Many are saying this is a day that will live in infamy. And that's true. They say it will be remembered as the day the presidency, as a symbol of America's protection, died. But I see something else as the result here. I think we hit bottom. And if so, there's a blessing in that, because there can be no more debate about which way is up. Donald John Trump delivered us here with a display of cowardly self-interest. His decision to choose to believe Vladimir Putin over his own government on the matter of Russian attacks on our election. As simple and as shocking as it was embarrassing to hear those words. But when it happened,
the ripple
everything
effects from
changed.
President Trump's remarks in Helsinki are moving so quickly that the Speaker of the House was asked today a question which in normal times would have been close to unthinkable. Take a look.
Obama's CIA Director John Brennan said that President Trump's press conference in Helsinki, quote, rises to and exceeds the threshold of high crimes and misdemeanors, unquote, and, quote, was nothing short of treasonous, unquote. Do you agree with Brennan that Trump's actions were treasonous?
I do not.
President Trump is standing firm after a tidal wave of criticism following his summit with Russia's President Vladimir Putin. His strongest critics called his remarks treasonous. The president stood next to Putin and seemed to accept his denial that Russia interfered in the 2016 presidential election, downplaying U.S. intelligence assessments that show Russia was involved.
On his way home from the summit, the president tweeted this: "I have great confidence in my intelligence people," but he also continued to praise Putin, the man others called an enemy of the United States.
Tens of thousands clogging streets that would normally be sealed off to allow a sitting US president to be whisked through. Instead, fury at racism, immigration, sexism flooded Regent Street and marched to Trafalgar Square, some going as far to physically attack a punching dummy decorated as the Donald. And London, the multicultural heart of Britain, was just getting started. Women dressed as handmaids paired their white caps with white protest signs. Even anti-Trump trumpeters sounded their alarm. This blimp, perhaps the most visible sign of disapproval raised in the UK so far.
By the end of this year, by the way, we're going to have more than 20,000 people working on security and content review, working across all these things. So when content gets flagged to us, we have those people look at it, and if it violates our policies, then we take it down.
Mark Zuckerberg testified on Capitol Hill about how his company, Facebook, flags hateful and inappropriate posts. But have they made the appropriate changes? Earlier this week, a small-town newspaper posted an excerpt of the Declaration of Independence, and Facebook flagged it as hate speech before eventually restoring it. In a similar case, the gospel group Zion's Joy posted this video to its Facebook page for a new song titled, "What Would Heaven Look Like?" Listen. So the video was flagged on Facebook for, quote, political content and taken down. The social media giant has since apologized to the group, saying, quote, "We made an error by deleting the original post. As soon as we identified what happened, we restored the post since it does not violate our community standards, and have apologized to Zion's Joy."
And Chicago could soon test a universal income program. A city alderman there proposing a bill that would provide 1,000 families with a $500 check every month. No questions asked. A majority of city lawmakers have already signed onto the bill and are hoping to work with the mayor to launch the program.
Fill up your gas tank.
That's right. A San Francisco gas station is using a robot as a high-tech security guard. As KTVU's Deborah Villone reports now, it's become an attraction.
People are definitely amused, and some come in for a closer look and video because it's an intriguing sight.
What's that for anyway?
This robot took up residence at a Shell station south of Market a few days ago. 8th and Harrison does see its share of assault, auto break-ins, and theft. And the robot can call police, which a regular camera doesn't do.
The website says it can track 300 license plates in a minute.
And track cell phones, too, according to Brian King, who lives next to the gas station and is live streaming the robot and reaction to it.
Rolling around Terminal B arrivals level at LaGuardia Airport.
A robot.
Is that cool?
Yeah. I've never seen one before. I like it. It's cute.
Cute is up for debate. It rolls right up to people and stops. And just looking at it, you know it's a security robot. It says so. 4 cameras, microphones, speakers, and sensors. Invasion of privacy or personal space? This guy says perhaps.
It's a little creepy, but I don't know. It's the first time I've seen it.
I'm not scared of it. I just feel like I'm not really sure what its intentions are.
Whether this contains facial recognition software or license plate reading technology, not being confirmed by LaGuardia Gateway. The LaGuardia Partners rep told us the robot can see things the human eye might miss. It makes announcements, although we tried repeatedly to get a rise out of it.
Some parents don't even put pictures of their kids on social media. Now a new app is asking to record kids using facial recognition technology. Over 100 summer camps across 33 states now use Waldo, an app that can identify kids in pictures that the camps upload. It allows parents to get updates on how the kids are
doing. If I'm a parent
doing.
at one of these camps, I'm going to want to know, how are these photos being stored? Are they encrypted?
Wired senior writer Issy Lepowski says there are still risks.
As long as facial recognition is still in its development phase, I think that regulators should be there helping these companies write the rules of the road, at least as it regards privacy.
Hi there, Susie and Peter. Yeah, the idea behind all of this is to provide better customer service according to the patent application. The question, though, is where would these devices be installed and how will customers handle it? What you say inside Walmart may stay inside Walmart computers for an extended period. Walmart submitted a patent for listening devices. In the application, the description of the system says the devices could be used to record employees, and the audio data could then be analyzed to determine whether staffers provided solid customer service. The idea is sparking some controversy among customers. Not announced any plans to roll out the new recording system. There are also no details in the patent application about how the devices would handle recordings of customers' conversations. Not a lot of details on where they would put these devices, as I mentioned off the top. Would they be near the cash wrap or throughout the store? Those are some big questions that have yet to be answered. Reporting live in Porter Ranch, I'm Tom White, KCAL 9 News.